Hello everyone. I hope you guys are well. Welcome to the session. Today we are going to start chapter number 3, systems model, congruency and concept of fit. Yeah, concept of fit. We have been talking about it earlier also. Fit is very important in change management. Be it people. If people are fit in the new scheme of things which you want to incorporate in the business, that is very important. In terms of systems, that is very important, and so on. Couple of things I wanted to highlight as you will read this chapter in a more detail. So for example, in this chapter they are looking at understanding, help them identify what to be changed. Who is them? Them can be the people who are almost all the stakeholders, which are yes. So I was saying that all the stakeholders which are involved in the change management situation, this chapter is maybe a guideline for them. What needs to be changed, when is the good time to change it. In all systems, various type of these systems which are involved in change management, you might get a little bit of familiarity with them. So for example, open system. Yeah, open system. So from the name of open system, you might think that you don't know, but I'm sure you know it very well. And let me show you this picture. For example, look at figure 3.1, the organizations as an open system. Yeah, so what is an open system? There is one side, you can see input is coming. What can be input? Human resource can be input. Your revenues, your finance, what is helping to initiate any type of transformation activity which is going to take place. That can be the input. And as Nicole is saying, knowledge. So knowledge might whatever you get out of all this transformation. Very good, Nikki. That might be the output. So that knowledge can be then transferable to type of other type of other type of change in. So for example, your organization has gone through some type of change, and let's say it was successful, and then it must have learned some things from going through that change. Yes. So whatever they have learned is maybe the knowledge. So maybe next time when you are, let's go back to the topic of the chapter. So congruency, you might find congruent and what is not, and concept of fit. Whatever you learn from past in the future, is that you fit that in another type of change situation or not. So that type of thing you would want to think about. Yeah, internet is not very stable on my side, although I am on campus. So that's why I have turned off my video, so you might not be able to see me. Yes, but it is recorded, so you can. So I would stop wherever it takes me off, but still you can maybe look at the recording when I post. Yes. So output, as Nikki is explaining, knowledge may be that type of thing. And also, even if you fail, let's say you start some change and you fail, that is also nothing to really worry about it. Especially if you have put all the mechanism and you ensured that whatever you could do, you did due diligence and all of that. And after that, after all the efforts, if something goes wrong and you fail, still that is a knowledge for you, that next time how you can improve, you can learn from past failures and so on. So, and then you are looking at feedback, and this is a simple diagram, but this is quite useful. You must have seen it other courses, like even a basic computer science courses, they talk about input. So input can be anything, whatever you are putting in, and then various transformation activities. You can think about marketing, human resource issues. You can link it with any course which you enjoy yourself. And this is what it is. Let's see what if there is something here. Like, so for example, the notion that organizations, please look into this, the notion that organizations are systems of interrelated elements embedded in and strongly influenced by a larger system. Yeah, so all it is saying that within the organization there might be various activities going on, various things happening, just like you would see in any organization. There it is a combination of various activities. So for example, even look at this, your how many activities are happening during your course. So it is, some things are before course, like your all the things related with your adding the course, your registering, your payment dues, all of that. So that is, some other people are doing it. Then you are selecting the courses, coming in the course, then you are going through the course just like you are going through right now. And in that there are exams, various type of exams are going on. And then you have your finals. So it is on online, so some other people are managing that. And then your results and examination, all of that is some other department. And then your publication of results. And then if you want to do something like review or something like that, that is different. And then your graduation, things related with your graduation, your transcripts and your ceremony of graduation, all of that is totally different. Yeah, so within this one system of of UV, you can see that so many various activities are going on. So that is what it is. Let's revisit this line. Organizations are systems of interrelated elements. So all these elements which I explained you in terms of UV, they are embedded in and strongly influenced by a larger system. So what would be the larger system? So people who are managing the regulations for all of these things. There must be regulations for your registration. So let's take some example. For example, there is this thing that if you are not financially clear how much time you should be given, how much time you should be given to pay your fees and register, like what percentage you need to pay before you can sit in the exam, or when you are taking the final sit in the course, or when you are taking final exam, uh, you should be financially cleared. All of what is all of that? That is the larger system. So think about it. Even if one thing is missing, then all of the thing will still maybe work, but the the satisfaction, your satisfaction would be problematic to, if you are not satisfied, then there is a problem. So that needs to be fixed. So these different rectangles, if I can call them, different boxes in transformation. This is what various elements are. So all of them need to, work in coherence to give a good output. And then if something happens and the output, as Nikki was saying, knowledge. So if knowledge is not, not to your satisfaction, or what you are looking for, that is not, it is not giving you that, then of course you can give feedback and input. Maybe something needs to be changed in input or in one of the elements in transformation, and then you fix it, and over a period of time this box will improve. Yeah, so open system mean same way you would look at other type of systems which are explained in the in this chapter. Also, may I say that you can like you as output you can generate different type of reports. So I can generate a report, for example, that how many participants or which participants in this course have a GPA of 3.5 and above. How many have been failing courses? How many have not failed any course so far? What are the highest scores in the past? All of those different types of reports I can generate. Age group, male, female, courses they have, time they have to graduate, all of that can be generated as a report. So that is also output. So you can look into that and see, what is what. So same way in any organization. Now you can think about any bank, you can think about, Sajiko business, any business activity. This is same type of thing is happening. I try to explain using UV example, because even if you are not working, you would understand these type of issues which I explained you. So, but you need to read in detail what else this one is saying, and then think about it. Alignment is another important thing. Alignment, various activities happening within the organization, they should be aligned. Yeah. So for example, look into this highlighted section. But please, you are not just reading the highlighted section, you are reading whole chapters. Yeah. I'm just guiding you through, like making some points, so you maybe pay more attention to these when you are reading, but that does not mean other things are not important. Yeah. So look at this. Open systems theory predicts that change any one of the Yes. So I was saying that please take a moment to reflect on this line. Yeah. Open systems theory predicts that changes to any one of the internal or external, any internal element within the organization, or external element, external environment, things happening in the society, with people, with government, things which are not within the domain of your organization, outside. All those external elements of an organization system will cause changes to other elements. Yeah. So things, what they are trying to say, that things are linked with each other. Yeah. Yeah. So things are linked with each other. So when they are one change area, you need to be mindful of that. That is, even when we were talking earlier in the earlier weeks, I mentioned this to you, and let me reiterate the point that, whenever you are trying to make any type of change, be mindful of this, that you make change in one area, it is going to impact other area, and same goes for human beings. You are trying to change one habit in a human being, you might be able to change that particular habit, but be mindful that by changing that habit, it will have impact on other habits, other personality characteristics. So this is something which you should think about, reflect on, and even in your own life, you change one thing and how it impacts the other. Things are very interrelated, interlinked. So that, I think, is one of the key points which you should think about and reflect on. Yeah. Look at this picture. This is very beautiful and very useful picture. Figure 3.2, Cotter's integrative model of organizational dynamics. Integrative, yeah, integrate, as you would know, linked, interlinked, connected, whatever you want to call it, in organizational dynamics. Why they are calling it dynamics? Because things keep on changing. You have to be mindful. You make change in one, and it would have impact on others. Yeah. So for that, you can now reflect on this. So look into the middle circle, if I can call it. Key organizational processes, information gathering. Why you want to gather information? Because if you have, the more information you have and the correct it is, you might not necessarily, but you would be in a position to make maybe better decision because you have better information. Communication, you guys mentioned that in the last session, if you guys can recall. Decision making, yes. All of these things which they are talking about, yes. And then see how they are talking about different areas now. So for is another tangible assets. Yeah. So you can call it intangible and tangible assets also. Yeah. So people, plant, money, all of that. Yes. You need to think about that. Look at this: dominant personal characteristics, goals, strategies. Yeah. Technologies. Yeah, that is very important, of course. External environment. What are the things happening in the wider environment, in the society, any government laws, regulations which may impact the things, and see the arrows, going in and coming out. Yeah. So things are linked. So in simple words, they are saying that everything within the organization is linked with each other, and also things happening in the society. Things are interlinked. And you make one change in one area, it may have, well, they said will, but I am saying may. Look at this, they said will. It will cause changes to other elements. Yeah. So, but I'm saying it may. Yeah. But you can think, depending on various situations, it would have impact. Sometimes it is very negligible, sometimes it is big. So before making change, you need to think about all of these things. Let me give you some example. For example, employees. So employees, let's say there is one employee who is very hardworking, dedicated, all of that. But he does not come at 8:30, which is the opening time. Uh, very good, Nikki. Have an effect on others. It would have effect on each other. Very good. I'm happy that you guys are on board. So employees, for example, the employee is very good, very productive, but he does not come on time. He does not come 8:30. He comes at maybe 9:15, whereas all other workers come at 8:30. Now you can look at it different ways. One way to look at it is that the employee is very productive. Maybe he stays late. Maybe he's also available on weekends and he's very productive, but he just does not come 8:30. That is, so for some reason, we don't know what is the reason, he just cannot come at that time. Now all other people are coming at 8:30, so the culture of the organization can get impacted. Like, other people might think that, oh, he's coming late, why can't we come late, and it can affect their performance. So you might, let's call the person John. So you might ask John, you need to come at 8:30. We need to start logging your time, you have to come 8:30. Now, John was very happy earlier. He was happy with the organization. Everything was going fine. He was hardworking, everything productive. But now you are asking him to, change this one habit. Everyone has some flaw. John has this flaw. I'm not saying that it is good thing. You should come on time and everything. We understand that. We are just trying to make a simple example out of this. So then John says, all right, I will come 8:30. But then John says, all right, if the organization is going to be like this, 4:30 is cutoff time, I'm going to leave at 4:30. I'm not going to stay more than that. But earlier, maybe he was staying till 6, till 6:30, whatever time was required to complete the job, he was doing that. So now that thing changed. Yeah. So these things, these are very difficult, in this type of, as I was saying in the last session also, that it is one thing to think about the definitions and the theoretical framework of change management, but in the practicality of the things, because so many things are linked with each other. As Nikki mentioned a while ago, everything is connected, and everything has some connection with other things and impact. Then it becomes quite challenging. So you have to think about this thing, that you're trying to bring some change. How you should go about it? Is it really necessary? What will be the impact on the other things which are working to your liking right now? Yeah. So think about that. Cotter is a big name in change. So look into this. Then as you will read this, they have explained some things. For example, short run. What is short run? What is medium run? And all of that. So that, I would say, you read in your own time, and don't just follow the definitions given in the book, because you have to look in your own industry, in your own setting, organization. For exams, MCQ purposes, yes, you might want to memorize these type of things, but I am more focused on, when you go out, how you manage change and all of that. So for that, you have to be mindful of your industry also, please, and your own setting and environment and your own culture and people. How do they, very important to understand people, very important to understand people wherever you are. And it is not always easy. It's not about easy or difficult. I should say it is time consuming. It takes a lot from you if you really want to understand, and you have to have that type of personality, forgiving and understanding, and making friendship and building trust. If you can build that, then as I was mentioning, I think last week also, then change initiative becomes a little bit easier, because people are respecting you and all of that. Yeah. These bullets, you can look into this, pay attention to these. They are talking about misalignment in this, and some examples are cited. So these bullet points, maybe you want to think about that. I gave you the examples which I could give, but it is important to um, read the examples in the book. And but most important thing is you look into your own experiences. The most me giving examples or you reading in the book, that is one thing, but you look into your own life experiences, be it a change situations at work or at home or in school, in school. You try to link it, like you try to create your own example. And you can look into this diagram again, figure 3.2, and think about your own examples, your own experiences, how one thing impacts the other. And I think that you should do. Yeah. So medium, long run, and all of that, look into that. And then there is um, congruence model, an alternative to open system. So let's look at that also briefly. So congruence model of organization, an alternative open system model. So this is also very interesting model, proposed by Nadlar and Tushman. They also did a lot of work um, in change management. Um, Make note of this table 3.1. Some examples of element states are there. For example, technology, social system, employee, and other tangible assets. Look into that. But let me look at Nadler and Tushman's congruence model. Yeah. So let's find figure 3.3. Here it is. There might be so many different blocks in this, but nothing to really worry about, because it is also similar type of the layout is similar. They are just in the transformation process in the open system. The earlier picture, they were not labeled, and this time they have put some things in it. So according to Nadler and Tushman, they think that this is a better technique to look into um, look into um, look into system. Yeah. So again, look at this input, yeah, output on the other hand, and in between is the transformation process. So within input they have environment, resources, history, but don't just think that these are the three things which are their input. As we discussed a little while ago, is all those different type of inputs. And then these guys are including strategy. Yeah, what is your strategy in terms of tasks, in terms of informal organization, formal in organization, individual? Yeah. um, Individual, you would understand. Tasks, you would understand what is the difference between formal organization and informal organization. When you are meeting with your co-workers informally, how do you behave? What are the code of conduct? How do you maybe greet each other and whatever? And formal organization is whatever are the systems and procedures given by the organization. Yeah. Very good, Nikki. Formal would be more structured, of course. It would be step by step type of thing where procedures are explained. Uh, and you can think about anything. Let me think about some example, like NCB Bank. So when you will get a job there, you will find that they will send you some type of policies, procedures. For example, they will send you dress code. What should be the dress code, and it will take you like good while to read it. Uniform, very very good, Nikki. Uniforms, what jewelry you can wear, what you can wear in your ears, what you can wear in your nose, can you wear something on your tongue or not, whatever, all of those things. And how you going to do your hair and all of that. Now of course there is some flexibility, but in terms of formal organization, that type of thing you would think about. And informal, you can think about if informal lunches, dinners, informal, like where colleagues break ice and hang out and that type of thing. You can think about that, or any other thing. I'm just giving you what is coming in my mind. You should think about other things which are in your experience. And uh, that, and then output, you can think. And then feedback, look into this. This is more interesting. So feedback, this loop is going back in the transformation process, yeah, maybe, and from there it is then going into input, or feedback is into input, yeah. So this is what they have proposed. So if someone asks you, not according to Nadler and Tushman, what model they have proposed, input output model. So this is the type of model they have proposed. And if someone asks you what is open system, the earlier picture which you saw, you can think about that. And then they have given you some definitions of this, in what is individual and what is task, and I'm not going to go into that. You will read in that. For example, here just below the picture, it's like there they explain what is informal, what is task, formal organization, task, informal organization. All of this you would want to maybe consider and least. Okay, and then of course pay attention to the summary section, and then in the summary, after summary, there is an exercise. If you want, you can. It's a good exercise. Do it if you like, and you can use it as a template also. Look into this. This is a kind of a template: input, transformation, output. So any type of change you are going through, any type of transformation you want to, go. Look into, and any type of results or terms of Nikki knowledge you want to gain it in terms of output from some change. You can use this type of simple diagram and put what are the inputs. In other words, what are the resources? What are the resources you have? What is the time frame you have? What are the resources? What are the skills, capacity, capability, experiences? All of that is your input. Your personality, your, how do you behave with people? Are you good with group works, or you like to do individual works? You want to manage change? Very good, Nikki. Human capital, if it is organizational change. Other type of humans, what type of skill set they are bringing, all of that is input, yeah. And then you are using that input to maybe within some type of transformation, whatever habits you want to change, what are processes, procedures, whatever, you can put that in, and then you can think, what are the desired output? What do you want to gain from this outside? At the end of the day, what are the results you want, output? And then you can create some feedback here, like, output. If output is not very good, then you can go, you can think what you need to give as an input to get the output. Maybe you let's try to think about some example. Like you are someone who is getting like 60s, in the 60s you are getting 60s score in your courses, and although you want to go into 70s and 80s, you are kind of unable to do that. So now you have your input, your resources, time, whatever, all of those, your intellect is input. Now you have something in transformation box as your course, and you know that you can get 60s, but you don't know if you can get 70s and 80s. So your output, as a result, you want to get now 70s and 80s. So now first you will see what you can improve yourself, and then see, give your best shot, learn from your past experiences. Maybe in the earlier courses you are procrastinating, or maybe you are not very vocal in the discussion, and maybe you are shy to say that I don't really understand this, and maybe you are not reading the books properly, or maybe you are studying only the night before, or maybe you are only waiting that what the course leader will say is important, and you will only study that, all of that. So you will try to improve that, and let's say even after that you don't land 70. Now you have done whatever you could do, then you might want to go to external environment. You might, maybe people who have scored in the past, So many people would have taken that course before. So you might want to find those people and say, all right, some seniors in the college, in the university, that, okay, what was your score in that course? You say, my score was 90. All right, how did you get it? This is what I am doing. What should I do? What should I do differently? All of that you would be asking them. You might be talking with the facilitator of the course, telling them that, this is where I am. I study, hard, but it's just 60. I can't cross that. It's too hard for me to cross that. I don't also fail. So I'm not someone who would fail, but I just pass. That is what is happening with me. So what can I do? So take feedback from that. So now all of that would be external environment feedback, things which are not maybe directly in your control or internal, and then you would maybe make corrections using the feedback, going back in the input, and then maybe improving your input, and then trying again, and then see. So think about this now. Who will do this? If you are someone who gets 60s, would you go through all of this pain, like, and you just don't have one course, you have 5 courses? All of those internal would be some things which are within your control, like maybe, motivation. You are not, you would look, if am I motivated, things, whatever is in your control. All of those things would be maybe internal, based on how I am explaining the example. But in different example, things can maybe change. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, that all this procedure mechanism which I explained you, everyone wants 80s and 90s, but if someone is in 60s, are they going to go through all of this procedure? Maybe not, because it's time consuming. You have to tell other people that, you are someone in your 60s, and there is no guarantee that, uh, you will score even after working hard, something like 80s or 90s, and what people will think about all of this. And you have other activities in your life, and you don't feel like spending too much on this, on the course, whatever course you are thinking about in this example. And then you would go into status quo. You will say, all right, I'm not, failing, and it's too much work, let me not go through that. Yeah. So this is the same thing in change. This happens because any type of change activity, it is going to take a lot of effort from you. It is going to drain you out, because you are trying to change. Even if it is yourself, forget about other people, even ourselves, it's hard to change habits for us. Generally speaking, some people are maybe good, but generally speaking, even the things which are internal within our control, it becomes hard for us. uh, so think about how much energy and how much persistence and consistency it would require, from you, if you are, in an organization where so many different people are there involved in different boxes of the transformation. And you are look into this. Let's go back here. See how many things are involved in this different tasks, different type of individuals. So only to cater this box, and look at this. Individual is linked with informal organization. It is linked with formal. It is linked with task. All of these things are interconnected, interlinked, and you make some change in the task here, and it will have impact on all of these things. If you change something on this, yeah, yeah. So things are very connected. uh, so before going into change, you need to see that, do you have all of that motivation, energy, all of those things? Are you ready to go into this or not? That assessment is very important even before you go in change. Don't just jump into change for the sake of it. That, okay, and think about this. Someone mentioned New Year resolutions in in last discussion. That is a great example of this. A new year starts, and everyone is, in that in that mode, in that vibe to, new year and all of that, and new year resolutions and all of that. And what happens to those after 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 2 week? Those of you who maybe made some new year resolutions or on 1st of January or 31st of December, a month ago, look at this. Today is, what is the date today? 3rd? Yeah, 3rd of February. 1 month is gone. Are you still on those resolutions or not? Uh, Most likely, no. Very rarely it would. On track. Very good, Kevin. Very good, Kevin. That is great. Kevin, please tell us what was the New Year resolution and how you are on track. I would be very excited to hear that, because I made some New Year resolution and I'm not on track. So maybe I and other friends can get some motivation from you. If you can tell us something, Kevin. Clear my bills. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I have cleared my bills also. I was thinking about something deeper, but still, this can be challenge for some people, and some people maybe find it difficult. But yes, good one. So think about these things. The exercise 3.1, as I was mentioning. Look into this. If you like, do it. If you don't like, do something else which you like to understand this chapter, but you will have to read this chapter. That is it for this chapter. Thank